BlackBusters.
What's cracking, family? We are back. Another episode of BlackBusters, the best movie critique review podcast in the world.
In the world, Craig.
In the world, Craig.
In the world, Craig.
Yes, sir. Yes,
In the
sir.
world, Craig.
In the world, Craig.
Shit.
Yes, indeed. I'm your host, Big Ja, along with my co-host.
I'm Tony. No. I'm Duncan Pindertone. Duncan Pindertone.
Every episode, he has another name.
New persona.
Surrounding his name. Tone.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Duncan
indeed.
Pindertone.
Okay.
Duncan Pindertone.
A genius.
A genius. Right. That out the blue can rap his ass off.
Right. Come on.
We'll get to that.
Bars.
Right. Man, and we're here, bruh, and this is a special episode, man. I gotta look in the camera for this one. It's a special episode, man, because if y'all been following me for the last 6 years, I appreciate the love and the support. And I'm glad that I have a guest here today, very special to me, a guy that was an inspiration and no bullshit. My boy, Deon Lack.
Hey, man.
Yes,
there he is.
Man.
Deon
Hey,
Lack.
prayer hands.
There he is.
Prayer hands, man.
Prayer hands.
There he is.
If you don't recognize him, you should. If you don't, it's okay. He's Deon Lack, stand-up comic, writer, director, producer, a man of many talents, bruh.
Yeah.
You know, so we've been rocking for years, 10 plus, 2009.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
There was a point in time in life, before we even get to the movie, I gotta say this. Point in time in life where I was just shooting. I bought a camera and I was a stand-up comic, a new one, and I was trying to shoot for people, just trying to show my work. And so I was going to all the stand-up comics I knew. He was one of them. Brother Lack was one of them. And he was always producing stuff, writing stuff he would do this flash mob.
Yeah,
He would write like a whole
sketch.
All music though.
Oh,
It's
wow.
all rap.
Way before Hamilton.
Oh, wow.
Bro, real,
Oh, wow.
and here's the thing, and I'm about to say that, of course you're my friend, but
Yeah.
even if you wasn't my friend, bro,
Yeah.
you've been doing it way before Hamilton,
Yeah.
and it's still online right now.
Yeah.
Lactose Entertainment,
Yeah.
and any other plugs, we'll get to that for sure before the end of the episode. But he's writing for, it's like sometimes 5-6 different people, 5-6 different
That's
characters,
talent.
and writing for different people. And then he would hire or get his friends and other actors and comedians and other artists to come in and rap his music in the sketch form. It's dope.
Yeah.
And I was blessed enough to have the opportunity to shoot some of those.
Yeah.
And that's how
How we met is I shot one that did really well. Then he was like, "Hey, how'd you shoot that, bro?" And I was like, "From a flip phone." He was like, "No, bro,
Man.
no,
All of that on a
no
flip?
more. Never
He said,
again.
no." He said, "Dude, that's a great idea. I have a camera. If you need me to
See,
shoot for you."
See.
And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Because
Right.
I just literally, he approached me.
Uh-huh.
I got a camera.
Yeah.
And the next one was a surprise birthday party.
Surprise birthday party.
And I, of course, I threw him in there because I was
Yeah.
like, the least I can do.
Man, and I'm a comic too and an actor, but I'm playing my role. You know, I'm coming to shoot.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Man, get in there and do
Do a thing.
few lines in there."
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if you go back and look at these videos, you'll see
That's great.
some dope talent that's cracking right now. Like that he was working with years ago before
man.
they were stars. You know what I'm saying? All kind of things. I can do a whole episode with just
What
Brother
y'all
Lack,
did
man.
and
Yeah.
what the relationship
yeah,
is.
just so, and it was genuine
That's
because
dope.
I started off doing it for free.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm just trying to call me. I'll pull up.
Right.
I bring my lights. I only had like 1 or 2 little bullshit lights.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I had
But you
my
had enough.
tripod and I'll shoot it and give you the footage. You know what I'm saying? So then that was a year. I did a year of that. And I came back the next year. Was like, okay, I got to start charging people.
Yeah, he told me.
I'm trying to leave my job, trying to do this.
Yeah.
I'm doing
Trying to do this for
comedy.
real.
I'm auditioning for stuff, but I want to film. I want to be a DP and I want to direct, and I just want to get in the game. And only people I knew that were actually doing stuff were comics that were producing stuff
Right.
in sketches. This is 10 plus years ago.
Mhm.
And then I started telling people, all right, this year, January 2011,
Yeah.
I'm charging
I got to charge.
Yeah.
$15 an hour.
Yeah. Easy work.
Yeah.
Easy work.
But
but I need something.
crazy at the
Yeah,
time was
yeah.
like, what? You
Right.
Yeah.
So you know how many people fell off?
Yeah.
Just off of
And
15.
I'm not mad at that too, because
Right.
a lot of us comics were just
Broke.
working
Mhm.
broke
Yeah.
as hell. So a lot of
15
folks,
15 can break you.
and I had to
Right.
stick to that. I said I
Yeah.
got to stick to my guns.
Yeah.
If I love you, but it's $15 an hour, so
Right.
you got to muster
Right.
that up and save it. and holla at me. Only a pinch full of people
Yeah.
rocked. I will say you,
Yeah.
shout out to Tangerine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you, Brother Lack, man, he always put money in my pocket for at least the next few years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
great.
saying?
And I had to invest in myself because I see what he was doing.
That's what,
I had to
exactly.
invest in myself.
Then you bought your cameras.
I bought my camera.
Yeah.
because of him. Because he was like, oh, so he making money over here. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. The difference between him and I, he was shooting people, and then he turned the camera on himself.
Mm-hmm.
The difference with probably with me is I kept shooting people,
Yeah.
and I never branched off to build my own brand.
To go back to getting in front of the camera.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Mhm.
And then I was like, he figured out the
That ain't
code.
too late, man.
And I said, slow clap from afar.
Slow clap.
There it
thing.
is.
And every time I said, man, let me tell y'all something, man. Is this my camera? Is this camera on
Yeah,
me?
camera's on, man.
As R. Kelly say, what is this camera on me? Y'all killing me.
with this. Right.
When people hit me up and say, hey man, do you know this dude named Big Jai out there? I said, yo,
Man.
yes, I'm talking Ohio, Miami, random people. Yo, I see you work with Big Jai. I'm like, what projects have you? I went back to your old sketch. I was like, the rap thing.
The rap.
They find that randomly. Yo, I see you work with Big Jai.
ciphers.
I was like, yeah, that's the homie. He's like, yo, man, you gotta do more stuff with him.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, for sure.
We do.
But
We do.
it warms my. I sent you a video. My
Yeah.
homeboy
Yeah.
was like, "Yo, you gotta watch this, dude." I said,
Yeah.
"Yo,
You don't even know.
Yeah.
as in if it's like a Netflix show, you
You don't
gotta
even
watch
know.
this, man. You gotta watch this.
Check
Lesbian
this guy out.
nigga." I
Right.
said,
Hey, I
"This
appreciate
is
it,
my
bro.
boy."
Man.
The reps, man. It's the reps.
Yeah,
Seeing you do your thing, and I wasn't really putting my page was kind of bare. I might drop 1 or 2 projects, like sketches a year, but I was shooting for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, but he was going hard. Pause. He was doing a lot of work, man. I'm talking about 10 years ago. So,
Yeah.
and you still in the game.
Yeah, man.
You still
Yeah.
swinging.
Man, bravo.
Yeah, man.
Thank you,
it's
thank you.
not easy at
It's
all.
not,
So when I
man.
started doing it myself, pause indeed.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's tough. It's
Yeah.
not, it's to produce your own project that you're also an actor
and shoot
in.
a whole
Yeah.
project when you out of focus.
Man,
The whole thing.
man, yes.
Whole thing.
That's what I
Wait.
gave up. I said, "Okay, this is."
When
Are you
you're
not
doing
gonna
it
hire
yourself,
somebody? Yeah.
you gotta hire somebody, and I got
Whole
lucky.
project out of
I got lucky, bro. I got lucky,
Yeah.
man. I ran into a couple people that was down, like I
Love
was, to do it for free, and
Yeah,
I was doing it for free for
Love
them.
it.
And we was doing it. He was shooting for me. I was shooting for them. They were shooting for me, and we just blossomed
build an
into.
empire.
This shit is awesome, man.
Yes.
It's awesome. You know, it's funny, like sitting across the table from Ja, rewatching these movies that we love, but then also getting introduced in person to like people from his network.
Yeah,
And there's an energy that you guys have
Mhm.
Thank
that's
you.
hella contagious.
yeah.
Man.
And I'm jealous and envious of because like from what you guys do and what you guys have done, that's some courageous shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You like literally telling stories about, man, like I had to charge $15 an hour.
Yeah.
Man.
Right? Like, and even probably thinking like, damn, is that too much? Am I pricing people
was
out?
scared.
That's
Yeah.
humble.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
you know,
right,
that's
right.
humility. So when
Yeah.
people show up
Uh-huh.
today
Yeah.
on the BlackBusters podcast, it's like, see, you don't even know.
You don't know the
These
beginning of
seeds,
it,
these
man.
seeds was
Yeah.
planted years ago. So
Yeah,
I
Jai
take
hit
my
me
hat off to
Jai
both
hit
of
me
y'all.
he hit me with the slide the day of. As he walked, he said, "Hey, Dion, before we get started, I just want to let you know I'm charging $15 an hour." And my head was like, "Oh, I have no choice now."
You gotta set up for set up, put the lights up, and before action.
I need to talk to you real
Yeah,
quick.
man.
I can't say I ain't got it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Right.
we should.
We already
we
here.
gotta have it here.
We already here.
Man,
I said, "Oh,
yeah.
okay, cool."
Shrewd
Yeah.
move.
Twills.
I like that.
and yeah,
Hey, how long we shooting today?
bro. I remember.
We need to get this going.
I remember this. So there was times I was like an hour. So he was like, "Hey, how much longer?" He was like, "Man, we gotta wrap this up now."
Wrap it up, yeah.
I ain't got another 15.
He don't do rollovers. Say something.
Nah.
You think we should do another take? Nah, that was great.
We
We got
good.
it.
No, we good. But his stuff is so dope, man.
Yeah,
I love
it. And his partner, and he's had the same partner for 10 plus years.
This is a
Twills.
business partner, not a sexual.
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I was
that-
gonna get to that.
No,
Hey.
no, as in we say partner, that sounds very.
Man, I'm very progressive. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
But
I'm
we
not gonna
talking
hold
about-
that against you.
We were
You know?
talking about filming. Now his
Yeah.
business partner.
Yeah.
Uh,
His eyes looked at me.
Yeah.
He said, said part. He said part. He said, he's on that side.
Yeah, no. Listen, man. Listen.
No.
In 2023, man, you do your art, man.
Nah, Deion Lack, his business partner.
Yeah.
Twilla, for sure. And they've been pushing, man.
She's a woman.
She's a woman.
Okay.
She's a woman.
How
You know what I'm saying?
this continues to evolve.
Right. He's specifying.
Yeah.
Nah, and
She's a woman with large breasts. Right.
Right.
It just keeps getting.
Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying?
Keep undressing her.
Right.
His partner, who's a woman with large breasts, wide hips.
Yeah, in the full figure, if you will. You know what I'm saying? All that.
Who just happened to do business with me?
Who just happens to do business with me while
Mine's
also
Right.
making sweet love to me. Now, just so we're clear.
That's hilarious.
I'm fucking
right.
As a perk.
Right. Man.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so you've been doing your thing, bro.
Yeah.
And in full circle, here we are, man. I used to watch him and do his watch him create all his content.
Mm-hmm.
I was right there shooting it, being just motivated. And it took me a few years to get my groove to start shooting my own stuff consistently. I was always shooting stuff as well, but it was almost like every other week.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I got this project. I got this project. Hey, you available for 2 days? Yeah, let's do it.
Love it.
And I was sitting on my content, just not pushing the envelope, because it's a mental fortitude you have to have to sit down and create all this stuff
and do it.
Produce it yourself. It was like
do it.
And you guys are doing bigger shit now, but like at one point in time, it was just you and his female business partner, Twilla, just masterminding the whole thing,
right?
Like producing the whole thing. Just them two, a 2-man band.
That's dope.
Yeah, and the tough part is, even if I wanted to put myself in there, I didn't hire him as a director. I hired him as a cinematographer, and I can't do the act and be like, was the shot wide? Did it swing with the? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in this character right here.
Yeah.
And when people do that, and I know he does that. When people do that, that's one of the skills I don't have. I can't be the character and direct.
It takes you some time.
It takes it,
especially with the shit you was doing, because he's directing rappers, and not only do they have to lip sing his bars. They have to. No, I'm sorry, that's not true. He was writing the bars and having them come into the studio and record it.
Right.
And some of them wasn't rappers. They was like, all right, but they was like, he believed in them and he coached them up on how they rapped his lyrics, and then they had to come and perform them.
Yeah.
Perform the lyrics with the emotion.
That's really challenging.
And he's in it too, and he's trying to direct it sometimes. And so imagine you being in all of them. Yeah.
And not knowing what the shot looks like.
Not knowing what the shot looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
man.
Kudos to you, bro. You a beast. But like I said before,
Hamilton.
Before Hamilton.
Before Hamilton. Before Hamilton.
Before Hamilton.
He had a stroke real quick.
Yeah. A little bit. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he was Douglas. He was Frederick Douglas.
So now, all right, so I'll probably show you some more love before the end of the episode. But right now, we're gonna talk about the topic at hand, which is the film Class Act, man.
Work that body.
We're doing Class Act. That's a classic.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Slept on classic, man. Director Randall Miller. Starring Christopher Reid and Christopher Martin, aka Kid and Play. Yes, indeed. 1992.
Yeah, early 90s.
Early 90s, man. Class Act, starring these two guys. And I'm sure everybody knows, even if you're 20 years old or 15, you know what Kid and Play did with House Party 1, 2, and 3, Class Act. They had a few bangers, man. And this is one of them, where Kid plays a young man named Duncan Pinderhughes.
Pinderhughes. He's a genius, man.
He's a genius.
He's a genius.
And he was a genius. He scored a perfect SAT.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
1600.
Yeah. This fool was off the chain.
Yeah. 1600 on his SATs, and he was going into a new neighborhood, a new school.
Because he couldn't pass PE.
Because he couldn't pass PE. Right. He couldn't pass PE.
Right.
So he's going into his senior year. All right. On the other side, there's the other main character, Play. He plays
Blade Brown.
My main
Blade Brown.
Blade Brown, who's like a troubled kid. He's a street kid that's in jail already.
He's like a ghetto James Bond.
He's a ghetto James Bond.
Yeah.
He gets out of jail on the on the stipulation that he has to go back to high school and get his high school
get
diploma.
good grades
and not only go to
stay
school,
out of trouble,
stay out of trouble, get good grades, and he can stay out of prison, out of jail for that. And so he's also going into a senior year. You know what I'm saying? So they randomly run into each other into the hallways of the high school, the new high school that they're both going to.
So cheesy how they met through the crowds.
Yeah,
They were kind of getting pushed into each other.
Yeah. That was great. That was great.
And he was just
they both get pushed.
It was great.
And Play gets in there. As soon as he gets to school, he's punking everybody. You bump into him in the hallway, he's gonna throw you into a locker.
Right.
He runs into Duncan Pinderhughes, and Blade Brown throws him into the office. I don't know why I did this. It's the office.
Yeah.
Where their files get.
That's a great
jumbled
shot.
up.
I love that shot.
Down, like,
I love the shot.
Boom.
Yeah, I love the shot.
So they have their class file, like who they are, and the transfer papers basically get switched up. Now Blade Brown is on Duncan's transfer papers, and Duncan's on Blade Brown's transfer papers. So now Duncan Pinderhughes is now Blade Brown. And now they put him in the MIT class.
They put him in the remedial joints.
Yeah. No. They put Blade. They put
Blade in like the gifted.
Wait, it's harder for you to say that. Which Blade is in the real Blade?
So the real Blade gets put into the
gifted
classes,
the advanced classes.
Duncan Pinderhughes, and the real Duncan Pinderhughes gets put into the hood classes, where all the gangsters and all the pimps and players are in these. And speaking of
bungalows with graffiti,
the bungalows. Here's the crazy thing about it is, shout out to John Muir Middle School because we had bungalows just like that. Yes, indeed. They wasn't that ran down, but they definitely was separate from the school. You had to cross the basketball courts to get to those bungalows.
There's no way that would be the same school, man. That is so wrong, man. To be the same school, it was that bad. Come on.
That's how they do the riffraff. That's how they do the riffraff.
Like, yes. And excuse me. Bro. So now Duncan, the real Duncan, has to navigate through this hood school. And now Blade Brown's character has to navigate through the same school, but that side of it is so prissy.
It's clean.
It's the clean. Music, the violins, the harps.
We got harps playing.
Sunlight coming in. Cucumber water.
He hates it. He hates it because it's corny.
Yeah.
He hates it because it's just structured. And everybody no one looks like him.
But he sees the benefit.
He sees the benefit for sure.
Like once Blade figures out what's going on, he's like, this is my ticket to graduate. Right. I'm gonna play this role, but then he gets the double thought, which is like, but I don't want to damage my reputation. So now he has a vested interest in you pass the stuff for me. You the genius, you do the grades, you handle the stuff. And it wasn't just that, but it's like, but you gotta like kind of be me, because I can't have people out here thinking you me when you this square.
And thing is, he was so square, he didn't want to be cool.
Duncan
is like, I don't want to. The real Duncan, I don't want to be Blade Brown. Take Blade Brown. I don't want to be him.
That moment was silly when he was like, when he grabbed him, because they never met each other before that. And he did the no with the little no with the little sandpaper thing. What was that about? No. Listen, you're going to be Blade Brown. No, I'm not Blade Brown. You're going to be Blade Brown. Like, it was silly for a second. Like he had to give him the perks of all you gotta do is this. And then I kind of feel like they had a moment they could have fixed with like him he didn't ever show the perks to him being Blade Brown, did they?
Right. Well, at the beginning, you mean?
When the real Blade Brown was trying to
show Duncan.
Yeah, he didn't have no benefits of, hey,
this is why being me is gonna make you this, that, and the other.
Yo,
I think the
benefit was that I won't fuck you up.
That's what it was.
Like, he was like, I'm gonna fuck you up if you don't.
He even asked. He was like, what do I get out of this? He was like, I'll let you live.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, so that was the benefit.
And then he started realizing, he's keeping Wedge off my ass.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what it was.
So that's where it became. Say it, he just showed it.
Yeah, mutually beneficial.
I know you ain't sitting in my first favorite seat.
Yeah.
Yo, I know you ain't sitting in my second favorite seat, man.
But you just said that you was
Popsicle,
man.
Popsicle.
What's up, man? I'm Popsicle. Cheerio. Yeah, man. I love that character, bro.
But while we're in the remedial bungalow, we get the introduction to Demeter.
Demeter.
Oh, man.
Popsicle.
I would have risked it all for Demeter, too.
Demeter, man.
I would have. Oh, my God.
He almost fumbled because he wasn't interested.
Yeah.
Demeter's so fine.
Oh, my God.
Demeter's so fine.
Yeah.
Demeter.
This movie.
Find her now.
Right.
In,
What she look like now?
in 92 and probably for on, both Demeter and Karen Parsons was both my choice.
Yeah.
I would have sacrificed. I was into both of them. I was into the hood hot chick who just the way she was impressed. Oh, that's dope.
That's dope.
That's
yeah.
I want to take you out of here.
Right.
Even and then like the Hillary Banks, you know what I mean? Type like she was fine too.
She was fine.
Like they was both fine.
And they was both aggressively trying to get the dude they wanted.
Yes.
They both was on
They
their
was
head.
both about the action.
Right.
They didn't have to, none of the males had to shoot their shot. They was just like, it's here for the grabbing.
Yeah.
That was the first time seeing Hillary Banks. I'm sorry, Carson. What's his name?
Karen Parsons.
Carson. Was it?
Karen Parsons.
Karen Parsons.
Yeah.
First time seeing her outside of the character of Hillary Banks.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, she was acting in Fresh Prince.
Right.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that. I don't know the other girl.
She's the Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
She played Ricky's girl. Ricky's baby mama.
It was
Ricky's baby mama. Jamita.
Demeter finally settled on Ricky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She settled on Ricky.
It was Ricky's
Who wasn't
girl.
hood, but he wasn't a buster. He was in the middle.
Yeah.
Who, Ricky?
I know he was hood. He wasn't a gangster.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a buster either.
Yeah.
He was in the middle.
He was a
He
football
was an
player.
athlete.
Yeah. What's he say with that line in Boys in the Hood? He was like, he said, what are you gonna do to find out? What did he say? Something like, well, he had tried to come, I'm still trying to find out. He said something like that.
You talking about Ricky?
No,
Yeah.
Somebody came to me and said something
So
like
what you looking at?
I'm still trying to find out, nigga.
Nigga?
I was like, that's a terrible puzzle.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find out,
This
nigga.
is borderline. Used to be 80s a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
90s,
Yeah,
90s,
yeah.
91. And I realized but I was super young, so I didn't even know what the slang was back then, really.
Right.
But yeah, you go back. In 1990, 92.
Yeah, they ain't got the best punches.
Nah, not at all. It's still kind of corny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it wasn't corny back then. But to us, us looking back, we like, okay, that's,
He spent a lot of time on the football field.
But you can't be that loud with a terrible punch. Like, I'm still trying to find out. Like, ooh, you hurt me on that one.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said,
what do you mean
what?
by that?
Yeah.
He said, what?
Yeah.
You know, and he plays football for like Crenshaw.
Right.
You know, Dorsey. You got to believe he was a little harder than that.
Right.
But you know, but he was also a mommy's boy.
He was.
You know what I mean? So you know, he been coddled
And
his whole life.
Big brother's doughboy.
Yeah. So he never had no beef nowhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
That was his Blade Brown.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
His
Protecting
Blade Brown
him.
was his brother.
Yeah.
Right. So
But we break down
man.
Ricky. Ricky is a whole episode.
Yeah.
Ricky.
We can do a whole episode
Yes.
just on Ricky.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the titty. I mean,
the titty. I mean, Demeter. She was on him. He was different off top, so she was on him.
Yeah.
And because we find out that Demeter, she kind of had a hidden talent and a hidden interest in like art.
Yeah.
So that's
She had a
probably
passion.
why she was really into Duncan, because she said, okay, this dude different. He's not like Wedge or like Popsicle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's something to him that I like.
And she and it was that, but I think the initial attraction was the Blade Brown reputation.
That's
Because
right.
everybody seemed to have heard of Blade Brown.
Right.
Right? Like everybody
This is
was
crazy.
everybody
But how
was
know what he looks like.
Yeah, but nobody knows what he looks like. There was nobody that could be
Well,
like,
here's the
that's
thing.
not Blade Brown.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. That actually, I can say that happened to me in real life.
Oh.
When I was a kid, there was a dude, I ain't gonna say his name because this is LA.
Yeah.
And folks probably still know him, and he might even be watching this.
Yeah.
But his name preceded himself. Like people knew.
Yeah.
When I first got to middle school, they was like, "Oh, such and such, he from here."
He from
And so
Like,
you heard about this dude
Before internet.
before.
This is before profile
Yeah.
pics and such and such.
Oh,
So
that's true.
So somebody's reputation
So,
could be out there.
so you can your homeboy can come back to school and from getting into a fight. I got jumped on by who? By some dude in such and such. Cedric.
Yeah.
Who's Cedric?
Yeah.
I think he go to Horace Mann.
He go by the
You know
name
what
of
I'm
Blade.
He go
Blade Brown.
They call
Shit, I
him
heard of
Blade
that
Brown from the hood.
Yeah.
Huh? What he look like? I don't know.
I never seen him.
My sister know.
Big black dude. That's all he
Yeah,
had.
baby. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I can see that happening. And
Yeah.
even when I got to high school, I was a big kid, and I was everybody knew I'm trying out for the football team and all that. They were like, "Oh, how old are you? I'm 14. Oh shoot, you gonna play JV or varsity? I'm playing varsity. Bro. What you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, can you hit? Hell yeah, I can hit. I'm new. I'm new at that school. They're like, I wonder if I bet you Travis can buck him. I was like, Travis? Who's Travis?
Right.
I didn't know who he was. Everyone knew who he was but me. I didn't find out who he was until there's two Travises. One is a little white boy named Travis who was nice too.
Yeah.
And then there was a big Samoan dude named Travis. Shout out to both my homeboys, Travis.
Yeah, they own class act. They got their own.
Right. So I was like, the white boy Travis?
Yeah.
He's the first Travis I met. We the same age. And I was like, I run through this dude.
Right.
Not knowing that, we talking about big Travis.
Yeah.
Who's that? The big Samoan Travis. He's a year older than me. And so, so I can see how
it can
especially
happen.
This is still 90s.
Yeah.
It ain't 92.
Right.
But it's still 90s. We don't have no pictures. Ain't no, I can't look his IG up.
Blade was just oddly popular.
Right.
Like even at a new school, like this name rung out.
So check this out. And he was 17 years old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Old ass play.
Right.
Playing a 17-year-old high school kid in jail.
Yeah.
And cause he said you turned 18 in a couple months.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. So he's 17.
Yeah.
And this nigga was in nightclubs. He was in everything. He knew all the bouncers.
Yeah.
Everybody knew him.
Yeah.
Right.
He walked in, walked past the metal detectors, right? Like, everybody knew Blade. He underage in the club.
Yeah.
Every chick in there want to smash.
Oh man! First of all, I forgot how much of the man he was in the club.
He had like a souped out Geo Metro.
Come on,
Blade. I guess Blade was the man.
You was.
I guess Blade was the man.
Right.
But again, how do you not have goons, friends, cousins? That's not
Blade Brown.
Yeah, I know, but I know it's. You can tell what type of movie it is with the type of sound effects they do.
Yeah.
Right. Super comedy,
Okay,
goofbags.
It's always that type of comedy. Okay.
Right.
Like I gotta just suspend the.
Is that all belief?
Like I love this movie. This movie is very flawed.
Yeah.
From a movie standpoint.
Right.
Very flawed.
Yeah.
But everything is forgivable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
everything is forgivable because I enjoy what I'm watching.
Very quotable.
Yeah. It's forgivable.
It's fun.
For one, it's Kid and Play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was dope. That back then, Kid and Play was
flawless.
cracking. They was basically the Will Smith duo.
Yeah.
That's what they remind me
And
of.
they were different. Like Duncan is a different character than Kid.
Right.
Blade is mostly a different character than Play.
True.
So they were playing. It was interesting to see them in this new universe.
Because Kid and House Party is still cool.
He's still cool.
Yeah. The
He's
girls
not, he's not a square. He's not a dork. Play is just an asshole.
Blade
he's not a thug. He's not doesn't have any influence or popular.
He wasn't. He wasn't tough. He wasn't a pushover, but he wasn't tough.
Right.
Like when
Blade is the leader of Full Force. Right.
They made Blade the man.
Yeah, Blade will fuck up Stab. Right.
Yeah. Because Staff is Wedge.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how they present Blade.
Right.
He's the thuggish ruggish.
Did y'all get confused as kids when they came out, Class Act and House Party? I was like, is this a sequel?
No, you know what, man?
The character, the fact that Blade Brown was so tough, I was like, okay, it's a different character.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't.
But he still had the same thing.
They both, and in my head, I was like, why would they pick the same character? Because my House Party was my introduction to Kid and Play.
Of course.
I think it's for all those things that you just said a few moments ago. The sound effects, the quirk, the jump cuts.
Pajama Jam was like that, though.
That's true.
So I seen them back to back.
True. That's
so I
true.
was like,
yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
And it was all based in school.
But they do a great
Class
job.
Act.
They do a great job of bringing you into the story in the opening scenes where Kid is behind the bars and he's explaining to the security guard, let me tell you how this all happened. Right? Let me go back to the beginning. I'm Duncan.
Yeah.
I'm
Pinderhughes.
Duncan Pinderhughes.
Right.
I was reading Latin at the age of 4.
Advanced physics.
Yeah.
Shit,
Blade was, cutting motherfuckers, right? You know what I mean? So they established right in the beginning, okay, we're in a different universe. I know, and that might have been why they gave Kid the twist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, why they twisted his shit down. They flipped up his look.
And then right after that was House 43 with the twist.
Yeah.
So I was so jacked up.
Yeah.
I was dying
he was like,
what's happening?
Yeah, I think at that point they was like, with the risk, people are such a fan of us, it doesn't matter. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And they'll just figure it out later.
Yeah.
The movie is getting greenlit because we're this popular.
Absolutely.
Right.
This is how popular we are. Studios, a new line is green lighting movies.
Yeah.
Even though I think this was a Warner Brothers. No, or Doesn't matter.
MGM.
They're greenlighting the film
New
because
Line
we're
Cinema?
that popular.
Maybe New Line.
I know New Line for sure is House Party. But that's how popular they were.
And these guys started off 23, 25 playing high school in House Party.
That's
and
how it was.
they
It worked.
stayed in high school.
It's forgivable.
Now they damn near 30 in college.
it's
in House
forgivable.
Party 3.
They can do no wrong.
I had the
It's
same
forgivable.
vibes with Chris Farley and what's his name with Black Sheep.
David Spade.
And then the other movie came out. I was like, oh, this
Tommy
is
Boy?
Yeah, Tommy Boy. I was
Yeah.
like, this is a sequel?
Yeah.
I think what they're doing is they figured it out.
It's a good duo.
The whole
Good formula.
the Rock and then
Kevin
Kevin
Hart.
Hart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what
How
I'm saying?
all
I'm sure
those
there's
movies
a-
kind
I'm
of
sure
blend
there's a
together.
10-year-old like,
Yeah.
Are these movies connected?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell, Jumanji, Central Intelligence.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like,
yeah.
wait a second, is this?
But it was good. I mean, like
Yeah.
I think about Blade's when Blade is breaking down language to Duncan.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite scenes.
That was dope.
Right? You don't hit on a woman. You be hitting on a bitch.
The what? Hey, that's the 92. That's 92.
You don't hit on
That's
a woman.
slides.
You be hitting on a
Yeah.
bitch.
And that was so
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah.
Folks are okay with that.
Right,
Mhm.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Very
Man.
acceptable.
Yeah. So
Blade
the-
Brown is the deafest. You know,
the problem started where, all right, so Blade Brown tells Duncan, we're switching roles. You being me, I'm being you.
Mhm.
That was cool. Now, Demeter is really the issue of this whole film.
Right.
Demeter is the problem because she wants Duncan. I mean, she wants the new Blade Brown,
Mhm.
and her boyfriend that she never cut it off with, Wedge.
Yep.
She just dissed him in front of everybody, and now he wants the fade.
Yeah.
I want the Wedge wants
Yeah.
that Duncan that Blade Brown fade. He don't
Yeah.
care about the name.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm still going after you, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And then the real Blade Brown comes to the rescue every time
Yeah.
with his
Fucking him
homeboys.
up.
The bag
Bruh,
over-
man,
Yeah.
The bag
and
of
the-
real men.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Bruh Man and the Guido.
man, and then Fruity and Gouda or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Oh,
And,
yeah.
And so these are the two the goons.
And they was just casually assaulting high school
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, for this other high school
Just
kid.
casually
I
walking
mean,
on
they was
campus,
beating him up.
fucking up high
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
He was
whooping-
losing teeth.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
two black eyes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And walking away like they was going to get a sandwich. Like this is what they do.
Man.
Like niggas never broke a sweat. They just whooped his ass and like
and they were
walked
nice
away.
guys.
Nice guys.
No, you guys are horrible people,
Yeah.
bro.
Congenial. They was
This is
happy.
high school beef.
They was
And you
smiling.
over
Right. Fucking up Wedge.
Right, right.
Whooping
Man,
Wedge's
man.
ass
And
with
Wedge,
a pillowcase.
Wedge is the biggest bully that got
Yeah.
punked the whole movie.
Yeah. In a wrestler outfit.
Yeah.
The whole
Oh my
time.
gosh,
What
let's
is-
talk about the midriffs, my
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah.
Man, he had a hot pink
Yeah.
navel out.
Yeah.
Man, come on,
Yeah.
bro. And this is still 92. 2 years
Yeah.
ago it was 89.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was still
very acceptable.
I'm like, man.
fanny pack.
Yeah.
A fanny
It's
pack.
biker shorts.
Biker shorts, fanny
Yeah.
pack, midriff, your waist is out,
Yeah.
and you walking around being tough. It
Yeah.
don't mix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What a weird, like you wouldn't even call it a fade.
Yeah.
Like his hair wasn't faded.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like a blade,
cut.
literally
He
a
had
blade
like
cut.
He had like a Grace Jones cut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had like
Hilarious.
whatever he had
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
Uh-huh.
And when it all said, when it was all said and done, he was a buster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was an idiot.
Like, He
Yeah.
never got it got worse and worse as the movie got on. He would get
Yeah.
slapped around by
Shouts
men.
out to the makeup director who did a fantastic job
He was
with
toe
this
up the
nigga's
whole
black
movie.
like
Whole movie.
this shit got progressively
Man,
worse.
face on
The
skull.
whole-
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, he
Why
was
would
getting
you come
fucked
back
up.
to school, man? Obviously, tell on somebody, man.
Right.
Help
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
Right, man.
he laid down on her. He's about 8 or 9 of them. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
about 8 or 9 of them.
This dude was
Man.
concussed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He was concussed by the first fade.
Yeah, yeah.
I said,
You
man.
feeling in front of everybody?
Oh, bro.
That was
gotta-
great.
Yeah,
was great.
Wedge, man.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
Wedge.
and that spiraled down into Mink, played by the late Tommy Ford.
Great
Rest in peace.
character.
Shout out to brother
Mhm.
Ford.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My main man. Yes.
Smacking the
he
shit
had
out of
an
Wedge.
issue. He slapped the shit out of Mink.
Yeah.
I mean, but Wedge in every scene.
Yeah.
And he had a problem with it. He was like, bro, you're supposed to be the school bully.
Yeah.
You're supposed to run the whole school. Now
Yeah.
you got this Blade Brown dude. He just got out, and now he's slapping you around. He got you looking like a chump.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's bad for business.
Yeah.
So
This was one of my problems with the movie. There's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But like I said, most are forgivable. This one isn't. How they like force fed the anti-drug message into the movie,
Man.
right? like it's almost like the script was done and like the studio head was like, how can we add anti-drugs to this movie?
Got to.
Because all of a sudden, like Popsicles on cocaine, you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, Papa's on yayo getting sweated. Man, try to sweat me for some $50 from yayo. Don't use drugs. If you're using drugs, you're not hanging with me. Right.
And so, man, and you never see a drug.
Never see it.
You never see a drug.
Yeah.
But Mink is so upset that Wedge is getting slapped around by Blade Brown.
And not selling the drugs.
And not selling the drugs that we never see.
Yeah.
And
that's so funny.
Yeah, so that's where the problem started.
Yeah, they just literally wedged it in
there. Hilarious.
So let me go kill Blade Brown,
Yeah.
this high school student that's stopping this other high school kid from selling drugs.
Not selling drugs, but just being disruptive. He's probably still selling.
Yeah. Well, Wedge told him like he's stealing your money. You know what I mean? Like Wedge basically comes for the excuse of why he's getting fucked up and why things ain't right. You know what I mean? Like Blade is stealing your money. Blade is now in the drug business,
and he's not.
Right.
It's like, okay, that's this.
But that's the big
a drug thing.
Yeah. But that's the big plot hole because even Tommy, even Mint doesn't go, who the fuck is Blade Brown? Right? Like, you know, even he knew.
The biggest drug dealer in the neighborhood knew.
Everybody knows who Blade Brown is.
Non-drug dealing.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You know Blade Brown went to jail for car theft.
Yes.
He gets out and he got the dopest ride in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Why is he still in the car? He got this dope ass whip.
Nobody knows who Blade Brown is. Like, you know, like he's got this amazing whip. How does the whole neighborhood not know what this man looks like?
Yeah.
Why is he's like the Kaiser Sose, you know, like, you know, in that particular neighborhood.
Yes.
Even Mint goes, Blade Brown stealing my money. He never goes,
who was Blade Brown?
Who the fuck is Blade Brown?
This child.
Yeah.
That's
ruining my business.
By himself. Unbeknownst to himself.
Yeah.
He don't even know. He don't know that he's ruining this nigga's business.
Blade is so popular as a senior in high school. He's got goons.
Yeah.
He's got goons that literally do his bidding.
Call.
We never on call, hanging out with him.
Hanging out while he's teaching them to dance.
Right. Oh man, we never just chilling.
Yeah.
We never see him pass him some bread.
Yep.
Nothing.
They just down.
I said,
they just down.
Following. Did Duncan know that he didn't know they were following him?
Well, like so when Duncan has to play, so of course Duncan meets the guys for the first time in the club, right? And they're about to sweat him off of that, and then Blade basically vouches for him.
He's for me.
Yeah. Then he goes to the scene where he has to play football, and he's very because they're basically like this about to be some gladiator type football.
Yes, and they said, well, what's the easiest thing to have them do this guy play? And it's to kick the ball, kick a field goal, and he's amazing.
Yeah.
Because he's only amazing because he's such a genius.
It's math.
He can the wind chill.
It's just math,
though. You know what I'm saying? Right. And but then again, he kicks the ball with perfect form.
Yeah,
amazing.
I was telling my wife, I was like, hey, this lets you know this dude's a real athlete.
Yeah.
Our kid, the actual kid is either he's a great dancer, so he's athletic, he's a great dancer.
Yeah.
Kid and play, they both great dancers back then.
But those kicks look perfect.
Yeah, you can't.
I said for him to be this guy, this he can't pass PE, but he's amazing at it.
Amazing. Right.
He was kicking field goals left and right.
Yeah.
And the coach was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna try for the football team. We need you."
He said, do that again. One more time.
Do that again.
Perfect at it.
Yeah.
But prior to that, when he was running away, he was running against the hurdles and running through the bleachers. There was Blade's goons,
right?
That waiting
to protect him at all costs.
Whooped him up and was like, "All right, then, fella, peace." Right?
He did a little kick, like
yeah, exactly. Little like
some dust on him,
little jog. So that part, that's what actually makes this movie so funny. On this rewatch is the fact that like we got this giant plot hole,
right?
You know what I mean? This giant plot hole in the movie. This movie also has some other like really good points. Like I loved like Duncan's parents, right? Like they were so odd and cornball, but like really played well,
and they really were.
Yeah,
they really were very anti.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Anti-hood, yeah.
Anti-hood, but also they was really they was concerned that he might have been
yeah.
They really had a problem with that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I said,
Who's
wow.
your friend? Yeah.
It was a friend. You're going to the dance with Blade Brown?
With Blade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why you sweat me, Mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
What's this language?
honey,
Yeah.
how much do you know about our son's sexual orientation?
Yeah. I didn't
She's
know he
like,
had
I
one.
Oh, you're right.
Right.
Like, they was really tripping.
Yeah. But they were fun.
Yeah.
Like they worked for the movie too.
Right.
Our girl Rhea Perlman is up in this joint.
Rhea Perlman.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Always smashing
Always smashing the kids, man. Who? All right, so Rhea Perlman is Carla from
Cheers.
From Cheers, right?
Okay.
She's also from Mrs. I forget her
okay.
name.
Mhm.
We just did it a few weeks ago.
Sunset Park.
Sunset Park
yes,
is a
okay.
coach.
in Sunset Park.
Yeah.
And she had,
Yeah.
if you watch
Yeah.
Sunset Park, watch
Yeah,
it
yeah.
again as a grown man.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it as a high school
Oh,
teen,
man.
Mhm.
like they were. So I don't think I paid attention to it because I looked up at her as an adult,
Right,
as a
right.
person, as my elder,
Yeah.
as a grown man looking back at that film now. Look at
Come on.
Sunset Park. Watch
Come on,
Sunset
come
Park.
on.
Hella predatory.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
bro.
boy.
Hella
They
predatory.
went on dates.
Mhm.
He told her he was a virgin.
Yo.
And he was blushing and stuff. She was like, "Well, I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm sure you have your
boy.
chance.
Yeah.
You have your chance." with
And
any-
she was a
any
bit
kind
of a
girl.
hoe already.
Oh boy. I gotta watch
Yeah.
it.
Why her homegirl was like,
Yeah.
"It's inappropriate. You
Mhm.
shouldn't even be
Yeah.
out."
And in
hanging
this
with
movie,
kid.
she's literally sliding her phone number
to
Blade Brown.
Oh boy.
in front of the
Yeah,
kids,
yeah.
sitting
with
there
her thigh meat out,
with her thigh meat out, sitting on
Eating peppermints.
Eating peppermints.
Yes. holding on to his hand.
Yeah.
I said,
Yes.
"Come on,
Come on.
Real Perlman."
Real
Hey,
Perlman.
man, this is
Uh-huh.
the 90s.
Yeah,
baby.
90s,
We out
bruh.
here.
We out
It's,
here.
it's the new 90s. It's
Yeah.
barely 90s.
Mhm.
Eddie Murphy Raw just came out.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts.
Like now, if it came out that like Rhea Perlman had like a black man fetish, like a young black
Yeah.
boy fetish, like
Probably.
if it came out in the news, it was like, oh shit, man, you see the news, man, Rhea Perlman, like she been fucking like
It
high
makes
school
sense.
black boys for like 20 years. I'd be
What?
like,
It makes
makes sense.
Yeah.
now.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
That's
Because
that was her
she
character.
always got cast in a role.
Yeah, yeah.
As
Like,
soon
that
as she
was
got out
like-
of Cheers,
Yeah.
it was in her contract. I need to
Yeah.
be trying to smash
Yeah.
a black teenager.
Give me Frederick Starr
Yeah.
and give me Play from Kid
Yeah.
Play.
Yep. That's
Terrence
that's
Howard.
how we're doing.
And Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, Terrence Howard.
Give me them all.
Who was it? Spaceman? Was it
Spaceman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spaceman.
Yeah.
Home dude been young forever. I can't think of his name.
His face done never
Yeah.
aged. You talking about
He was in the wood.
he was
What's his
what was
name?
Drano.
Drano.
Yeah.
Drano from
Yeah.
Sunset
Man,
Park.
he's
Yeah.
been that face
Yeah.
at least 30
Mhm.
years.
Yeah.
Right. He been
Yeah.
Good genes.
he been 22
Good genes.
playing the 18-year-old
Yeah.
for at
He
least
don't
30
like that
years.
Dr. Sebi diet. He like,
Right.
all I eat is cabbage, nigga. You wanna,
Cabbage
you want to know how to
and
stay
beets,
young forever? Cabbage.
Right.
And macaroon.
Yeah.
Gummy bear
And
juice and
macaroons.
shit. Man, okay, so where we at with it? This movie's just fun.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
fun.
it's just
You
fun.
gotta
It's-
suspend disbelief of just like
Mhm.
this is not a real movie. The sound effects gives it away.
Boom.
Yeah. Dum, 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 dum,
Yeah.
dum, dum.
Hey, and I will say this: there's not one teenager in this film.
Not a one.
There's not one teenager in this
Not a
film.
one.
Every
Yeah.
single high school kid.
Extras look old.
Here,
Yeah.
Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Hey,
Pauly Shore.
buddy.
I forgot about
I
him,
forgot
yeah.
he was in that. I said, oh,
Man.
shit, they got Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
That was such a random placement to
Random.
put him in that
Yeah.
movie.
Brando.
He was hot.
He was hot. That's,
Yeah.
that's what it
See no
was.
man.
And he was in character. Like
Yeah.
that was
Yes.
that was the
Mhm.
the Pauly Shore vibes.
Uh-huh.
I just kept falling out because he kept calling Blade Tyson.
Hey, Tyson.
Hey Tyson.
Yeah. He knocked out Wedge.
Yeah, like, kept calling that fool Tyson. I thought that was funny.
And of course, Lorena Devine is always the mom.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
yes, indeed.
What she's been mom. She's
Yeah.
been
Mom,
79.
she's been mom since she was 13.
I
And she
never
plays-
seen her as a child
Yeah.
in a movie.
Yeah.
She's Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
She's the female Samuel Jackson, bro.
Yep.
She's always been a mom,
Yeah.
grandma.
She was 9 years old saying, "Hey, baby, how
Yeah.
you doing?"
Yep.
Uh-huh.
You want some Worthington's original?
She's
Some
been-
Worthington's
Yeah.
original.
She plays a fantastic bad mom.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you don't want to go like all the way to Monique and Precious,
Right.
but you need
funny.
like a bad mom
Yeah,
that like is
sassy.
going to turn the corner.
Sassy.
She does that
Uh-huh.
A
great.
little bit of smirk.
Even
Yeah.
then,
A little bit of smirk to show you I still love you a
like I
little
still
bit.
have a
Yeah.
little love
Mhm.
and a heart.
I love her,
Get
man.
your ass out of here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love
Hope you
her.
didn't pay for that haircut.
Mhm. Clown her son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just got out.
Yeah,
She's
Loretta's
a great
perfect.
actress,
She's a
man.
She's
fantastic
dope.
actress.
Have you seen
She's
her in P Valley?
I haven't seen P-Valley.
Nah, here's the thing.
Okay.
I started to try to watch P-Valley.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta watch it like my lady in my lap or something.
Yeah,
like
you
that,
got
man.
to. It's wild.
It's one of them wild ones.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's a zinger.
I appreciate the art of it, and I know it's a good story.
Yeah.
You know,
it's entertaining.
It's
I wouldn't promote it to people.
Yeah, I much rather watch Class Act.
Yeah.
I watch Class Act
for
again.
sure. And that's until I see it. I gotta watch it to see if my opinion changes.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen her in that. But I know she's dope. We've seen her in several other things.
Being Mary Jane, she was a lesbian in that one.
That's crazy,
man. Great.
But everything from Waiting to Exhale, which we've
Waiting to
done.
Exhale, yes.
You know, she's fantastic.
Two different mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Two different types of mom.
Yep.
And Wait Till Exhale and Class Act.
And this Christmas, you know
this
what I mean?
Christmas, oh man,
Yeah.
I said, my dear.
Yeah, she's been around.
She's been around, man. She's been
around.
She's never not been a mom.
Yeah.
She's been a mom
Find
and
the
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all watching this. Find the movie where Lorena Devine is not a mom.
Yeah.
And she's actually the child of said mom.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That shit's gonna come on a reel, right?
Right.
Like somebody's gonna get a projector
on a scroll.
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah.
You look like get the magnifying glass.
Flip book. Yeah, flip book.
Flip book. Nigga.
Flip book.
She be eating ice cream.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Like I said, this movie is very it's got
Forgivable.
great flaws, but everything's forgivable.
Mm-hmm.
Any movie where, like in the party scene, everybody's doing a choreographed dance, is a sign of a poor movie.
Yeah.
Right.
And at the spot, like the whole first 5 rows is all in sequence with the moves.
Like it's the Dirty Dancing of the hood.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows this one groove.
Everybody's doing this one, and it's not like the electric slide.
Yeah, it's a
like,
real
this shit. Somebody choreographed this shit. Somebody was like 4, 3, 2. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and everybody's hitting it.
Boom cat, boom cat. Yeah.
What movie would you think this movie is equal to? If like you haven't seen Class Act, it's exactly like boom.
That's a great question.
As in, like, what's the tone of the movie?
That's a great question.
I mean,
you think White Chicks?
Thank you. I'll do that. I won't say. I mean, House Party for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying?
But no, but this is because House Party is realistic, right? Like
everything but old ass stab and the rest of the
besides that, right? Like you know, but everything with House Party works.
Yeah, it can actually happen.
Everything, like all of this,
it still
is
translates to me.
Yeah.
And
House Party isn't as goofy. Like this movie is goofy.
Yeah,
House Party is funny.
Yeah, so it's like High School High. And,
like that type of stuff.
That's more slapstick. That's like somebody having like a train track in his head.
Right. Well, listen, that's okay.
Like
okay.
this movie doesn't have gags.
Yeah.
Right? Like this movie doesn't have gags. I don't know why this movie works like it does. But it just does. It just works.
How high? How about that?
How high up? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
That type
it
of
was very silly.
Mm-hmm.
Very silly. Very the principal is goofy.
Yeah.
He's silly. Like cause even
Nutty Professor. Right? That same type of like
okay.
you know, kind of goofy fun. This movie is goofy, goofy fun.
Boom.
Right.
When you got those kind of sound effects in it, that's
but with serious sexual undertones.
Man.
This movie
in high school
had me tapping my wife on the shoulder. I was like, listen, I'm sorry. Like, you know,
after this goes off.
Yeah. because when Hillary Banks hit my man Blade with the condom,
I said, what?
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Hell yeah. Baby, and it'd be just like that. It'd be baby girl from advanced physics showing feet.
Advanced physics.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, baby girl with advanced physics that'd be about that action.
Yeah, let me get her name, man.
Karen Parsons.
No, her real name, her name on the show.
Was it Ellen?
Ellen.
Yeah.
Ellen, that's what it was. That's what it was.
I'm trying to think of her memories about her. When he's like, at the end, the answer was to die.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, and he had to catch himself, like from busting the nut,
right?
From having an orgasm,
having an orgasm.
Yeah, busting the nut in the having an.
Oh, y'all heard that?
That's how freaky she was.
Yeah,
like she had Shakespeare orgasm quotes committed to memory. Right,
she was a little little innocent little freak pie that wanted to let herself
when
loose.
she saw her Duncan on stage busting raps.
Oh yeah,
she decided right there. Like boom.
She says,
"This is a question for women. If you found out that the person that you was attracted to ain't the person that you thought it was, would you still move forward with?
Well, that's what they
person?
try to do in the end. Like in the end, by the time we get to the reveal that like it's been the switcheroo, they're already like have fallen in love with the person that they've gotten to know.
Yeah.
Right.
But they've been the fake person.
They
though.
both fall in love. They both are initially attracted by reputation. Demeter is attracted by the reputation of Blade Brown as being a thug. Ellen is attracted by the reputation of Duncan
as the smartest kid in school.
The smartest kid in school. So that's what the initial pull is. But as they interact with each other throughout the course of the movie, it's almost kind of like they're no longer
that reputation.
The reputation doesn't matter for the attraction because ultimately they both it's a very easy pivot for them to stick with who they wanted to stick with.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. So I think like
I definitely feel swindled though. I would feel swindled because she kept saying like you're supposed to know this because you passed it blah blah blah.
For as smart as she is, she's dumb.
Yeah.
You don't know this nigga don't know shit.
You don't know that he's an idiot.
You don't know this nigga don't know shit.
He can't say dissertation.
Yeah, that nigga's a demonstration.
Right.
Demonstration.
But I think she looks at him like the way like some people look at like artists, which is like he's so smart. The regular rules don't apply to him. Right? Like
he's bored with this media.
He's bored
with this remedial.
He's mispronouncing this word on purpose. Right. Right? Like not because he's got an edge to him. He's he's that brilliant. Right?
I mean he mastered the SATs. Yeah. He doesn't need this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, even when he was smashing, even when as smart as she was dumb, but even when he was smashing in the car, she was like, whose mating vehicle is this? Right? Like, like she was still bought in to his bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? Like, thinking that he's flawed.
Right.
Great movie.
Man.
Just
Demeter as a kid, I needed her, bro.
Yeah.
I said, "Where's the Demeter at my school?"
Yeah,
I said, there were some.
I would have became a blood for Demeter.
Hilarious,
right? Like
the game.
I'm telling you,
I would have been from the set.
Square as I was,
only one of the bad boys.
As square as I was, if Demeter was like, if you get jumped on the set, I'll fuck with you.
Yeah,
I'd be known as
go to the local
blood. You know what I mean? Like
Tony Sumo.
Tony Sumo. They'd be like, Tony, you was a blood, for Demeter.
Like, so I graduated. I went off to college and became a good dude. But
whatever Demeter wanted, that's what I would have did.
Tony Sumo.
Listen, I smoked weed for the first time. Fucking with a chick like
Demeter. I knew it.
Fucking with a chick like Demeter. I was
man.
Like, you remember, like every now and then, like, well, for me specifically for my story, I would have like a cousin or like somebody from the church that lived in like a real like kind of like fucked up apartment building, right? Like this apartment building was more fucked up than what me and my family were doing. But I'm over there for the weekend, and those apartment buildings had like the baddest bitches. Always had the baddest. And there was one that I had to have, and they were smoking beaties.
Beaties.
Yeah, and
you talked about that.
And she was like, "You gonna?" And I was like.
You gotta act like you've done it before.
I'll hit a crack pipe. I hit a crack pipe if I can make out with you in this laundry room, right? Like so. I would risk it all for them.
They didn't have regular names either, man. There's a girl in my building, man.
Come on, talk about it.
Her name was Passion.
Yeah,
her real name.
Yep.
We're 10, 11, 12 years old. Passion.
They set that little girl up.
Her name was Passion, and her little sister's name was Turquoise.
Yeah. I love that.
Damn it, yo.
That's great. That's like I'm willing to risk.
I wanted Passion. Where you at?
You got to be an artist, man.
Well, you got to be an artist.
I'm willing to risk it all for that.
Yeah.
Before we get into the awards, let's talk about the movie's finale. What was y'all thoughts about the Wax Museum?
Cornball, for sure.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Run.
Yeah.
Which way is he going?
Yeah. Like the sound effects.
It basically... The movie almost like goes off the cliff, and almost like I said, this movie is mostly forgivable, as bad as it is.
Yeah.
But once we get to this part, like we can really lose all the equity that's been built from what they've been doing so far.
Right.
When they walk in and they go, "That's Pat Sajak." Slap it. Nah.
Oh, that's
Jimmy Swaggart.
Jimmy Swaggart.
It's Jimmy Swaggart.
Yo!
Like that part takes me out like every single time. every single time.
Man, that's one of my favorite parts. He wasn't mad at like Focus.
Yeah.
He was mad because
he was so wrong. And they was both wrong.
That's Jimmy Swaggart.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, Willie Nelson, smack."
Willie Nelson.
No, that's Colonel Sanders. Right. He was like Mink was so wrong, but so upset,
aggressively
and angry
wrong,
and aggressive,
aggressively wrong, bro.
Idiot. Yeah, it's Jimmy Swaggart. Colonel Sanders. Like that part right there.
Colonel Sanders, the KFC
guy.
He looked nothing like him, man.
Right. But Mink was on it.
why was he so upset?
He was so upset and smacked the shit out of him. Like, how could you not know this is Jimmy Swaggart?
That's crazy. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the cast.
Saves the movie.
Why the hell
Saves
is
the
Mink
movie.
and Wedge the same age, man?
Yeah, right.
Get the hell out of here.
Right,
Yes.
Bro,
right.
Yes.
Wedge
Right.
and Mink got to be damn near the same age.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other part that
Yeah.
saves this movie from going off a cliff, because it starts to unravel fast, is when Duncan and Demeter is in the air vent. And and he goes snout deep.
And he stopped.
Snout deep.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100, man.
Yeah. I was in for that.
Oh, bro.
yeah.
As a kid,
Yeah.
and as a
I
grown
love
ass
that.
nigga watched it the other day.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I said, bro, I forgot.
Yeah.
I said when she was going crawling, I said,
Yeah.
oh yeah, he is about to.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is about to
Yes.
do yeah.
And her ooh, I was like,
She said, ooh, she liked it. Ooh, that's so amazing.
Yeah, save the movie.
Save the movie.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
Right there.
hilarious.
Catapulted the ratings right up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it gets weird. It's unexplicable that
gosh.
kid gets abducted clearly at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
And they're still looking for him
Yeah.
in the daytime.
Yeah.
Right? And
How
somehow
long they been driving?
making them are still in the car.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, while they're looking for him,
Yes.
he smashes by him.
Yeah.
That's him right there.
Yeah, right.
Y'all all on phone calls
Yeah.
trying to find out where this kid that no one knows.
Yeah.
No one knows him but his parents.
Yeah.
He has no friend. They look at, hey, we looking for Blade Brown,
Yeah.
Duncan Pinderhughes, whoever. We looking for him.
Yeah.
And them niggas go driving by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
They
he is
jumping.
right there.
They jumping
So
the whip.
silly.
How long had they been driving?
Yeah.
That's I mean, like,
and where were they going?
yeah.
Did they have to drive that far too?
It's like, to me, like the director was like, man, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're out of time and we're out of budget.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
They lost daylight.
They lost daylight.
I mean, they lost nighttime.
Yeah.
Nightlight. It got day on them.
Mm-hmm.
The sun came up on their ass.
Ridiculous.
They're like, fuck it, we're gonna still shoot it as if it's midnight.
Yeah. It's a comedy. Damn it, man. Keep moving.
Right.
This is where it gets a little wobbly, but thanks to Jimmy Swaggart,
Pat Sajak.
Pat Sajak and Demeter's ass, man, the movie gets saved. Okay,
Real quick,
yes.
let's talk about the fact that all of a sudden Duncan Pinderhughes can rap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And why did Blade Brown? You're not gonna embarrass my name. Like, he tried to teach him how to dance. That was a failure.
That was a failure.
We never saw him teach him how to rap.
Right.
We never saw that. How all of a sudden he's nice.
Yeah.
And then Blade gets like
upset.
jealous or upset. I'm thinking when I first watched it, I'm thinking he's gonna go up there and snatch him off the stage. Like, hey, move, nigga.
Yeah.
He went up there and duoed him like, hey man, I'm second verse, move.
Right.
And then that saved, but it was so unrealistic, but it saved.
Yeah.
It saved the movie as well because I love
We knew.
rap.
We knew that this is Kid and Play. It was like,
They forced a
They're
place.
going to rap.
I'm thinking this whole time. They go, this whole movie, they're not gonna rap at all.
Yeah.
Oh, they are gonna rap.
Yeah, it is.
Talent show.
Yeah.
The anti-drug.
This was
The anti-drug rally.
This felt like in the movie Girls Trip when we seen Jada Pinkett and Queen Latifah say, "Let's go set it off," and it was like, I was like,
There we go.
yeah,
There he is.
thank
Yes.
you. Give us a little,
Right.
you know, it
Right.
felt like,
But you gotta suspend belief.
yeah,
You just gotta suspend
He
belief.
got up there rapping.
There's no way that Demeter would have been at that rally. Like in real life.
right,
She don't give a fuck.
She don't give a fuck about
Yeah,
that.
nigga.
Like, she not there.
yeah,
Okay, let's get into some awards.
All right.
Let's get into some awards.
okay.
All right. First one, MVP. Who's the MVP of Class Act? This is the most valuable character. Who's the MVP
Of class.
of Class Act?
I want to say the real Blade Brown.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Blade Brown, because he's the bad guy turn good.
Yep.
And he made everything better.
Yep.
He actually had a beginning, middle, and end.
He made he's the reason why Duncan Pinderhughes is no longer a buster or a virgin. Also, he made Demeter fall in love with a guy that she can relate to in some way because she had an undertone of like civilized personality. She loved art. She was and he appreciated that. She could never have done that with Wedge or even Popsicle. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. And on top of that, he learned how to love himself.
Yes,
because he started paying himself and learn love himself. Meaning like he loved old girl Ellen. Yeah, he liked her a lot. You know what I'm saying? He had the flower when he was doing his homework, and she was like, "You doing your homework?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm doing my homework." And he was blushing.
Yeah, little thug blush.
Yeah. So I think him getting out of prison, out of jail, was the best thing for him and Duncan and Ellen. Because she got to express her wild side, and Demeter got to express her calm side, her artistic side. It was just dope, man.
Yeah, I think absolutely 100% agree.
What you got?
From just a technical standpoint, Blade has to do more in this movie that's believable than what Duncan has to do. Basically, Kid has to be kind of squirrely and stuttery and just kind of fish out of water. You know what I mean? Like the whole movie. Blade has to have the bigger arc, right? Like he has to go from thug to cooperative to supportive, right?
Yeah.
To even like when he's with Ellen, a softening, right? Like, you know, where you could tell that like he's low key into her.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but it's believable.
Right.
Like, you know, right before she hits him with the condom, he was like, yeah, we can go to like
he was cool,
you know,
with
like
that.
24-hour laser tag or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but like I'm gonna keep fucking with you. Like, even though I could go to the club and clearly smash every woman there, I'm into you. Yeah. So like I think
Great
like he's the glue that kind of like sticks it all together.
And then at the end, the last 3 minutes of the movie, Duncan Pinderhughes finally takes care of Wedge himself. Yep. And not the two goons. He came and
He hit him with the why-I-oughta.
Why-I-oughta. Put him out.
Spike Lee shot.
Yeah, right. And knocked it and slid him. You know what I'm saying?
Wedge had a glass jaw. Like Wedge was all bark.
Yeah.
No bite.
Yeah. Wedge. See, and it's crazy how it's like a common theme with Kid and Play. Their goons are always they always get joked played on them. They always get the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Wedge was the worst bully ever.
He was
you know what I
Did
mean?
we ever see him do anything goonish?
Hang with the goons?
We see him posture. He postures. You know what I mean? Move. Yeah.
That's how we saw.
Yeah, reading is fundamental. Yeah. Teach, you know what I mean? Like
teach,
right? He does that, but that's about it. But he's such an essential part of the movie. Yeah, yes, if he was any more realistic as a thug, the movie doesn't work. Right? Like the fact that they make him so toonish, right? And you know, and so goofy like that makes the movie work. Right. But I'm in agreement. Blade is absolutely the MVP. Yes. Who's the LVP? Who's the least valuable player in this movie?
Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore didn't do anything. He didn't push the movie
forward. He
didn't do. Yeah, it was a big name.
What character could you have put that's already in the film that could have did his role? Yeah, it could have been. It
could have been one of the teachers.
It could have been Popsicle.
Popsicle.
Yeah.
Could have been. It could have been Pop. It could have been. It could have been the principal.
It could have been. Yeah.
It could have been anybody.
Right.
My alternative is Mink's goons.
Yeah,
like Mink's goons had no.
He was tougher than they were.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Right. Mink's goons, you know, they didn't.
How all they really did was 17-year-old kid have better goons. Than the grown ass
than the drug lord.
You can't use goons though because goons are always like the minions. They never have lines.
Yeah.
They didn't have lines, did they?
I mean, they had a couple of laugh tracks, where they had to respond and laugh at stuff that Minx had said, but they didn't look hard. Yeah, right. Like they look like they got Twitch accounts, right?
Like it's 92 though.
92, but they one of them had the color me bad ponytail. Yeah,
I'm gonna sex you up.
Right. Yeah. They didn't look hard. Like Mink actually looked and acted like he could have been a drug lord.
Player, yeah.
But I agree. I think Pauly Shore is, especially for all the screen time that they gave him to do all the Pauly Shore isms. Right? Like,
hey, was he pop locking on stage?
Yeah, he was pop locking on stage. Yeah,
I said, okay, he got a little.
Yeah. Homie put his hand out. Ooh, Ginsu.
Yeah.
Ginsu. I didn't know what that was all about.
I said, what?
Get out of here, Pauly Shore.
Party on that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah. Like the biggest stoner is the one that's throwing the rally.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's funny. He's got to be the LVP. Overacting award. Who wins the overacting award? You think Wedge?
Yeah, reading is fun. Dimension.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, but Danita, I thought you was gonna play on my phone.
Right. To me, it's a pay-per-view between Wedge and Popsicle. Like between Wedge and Pop. To me, because Dougie Doug's doing a whole lot of extra shit too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna throw up chicken and great. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna throw up this thing about throwing up.
Yeah.
You know the problem with comedies, man?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to be the star.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a lot of people don't understand that that's not your role.
Yeah.
Or if this is not your scene.
Yeah.
So when everybody try to be a character,
mm-hmm.
that's when it becomes very slapstick.
Where everybody gets throwing a fastball.
Yeah.
Right? Like, like nobody has a change up because everybody is trying to be as funny and ridiculous as possible. And the director wasn't able to like pull them in and be like, all right, that shit's hella real.
Right. I think Play was the best actor.
Play was by far.
And
Ellen.
And Ellen.
Yeah.
Played Ellen, for sure. And of course, Loretta. Loretta's top notch.
So let's crystal ball this, right? Look in the crystal ball. Does Blade and Ellen, do they stay together?
No way.
And does Duncan...
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Blade and Ellen might.
I think
Duncan and Demita.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's problematic right there.
Yeah, I think eventually...
She's going to run over him.
Right.
Eventually...
He's never going to go full savage.
Yeah.
He'll never be as savage as she would need him to be.
Yeah.
Right.
I think eventually they drift apart. But oddly, I think that like Blade and Ellen could have ended up getting married.
Yeah, because she wants more of that world that he lives in.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can hone that.
And I think that's exactly the point. I think that like they both would be very interested in each other's worlds.
Yeah. She's extremely smart.
Yep. She's going to introduce him to some shit that like he never seen. He's going to introduce her to some shit that like they've never seen. I could have it being believable. I think eventually Duncan's intelligence might lead to arrogance. And so like he might start to like low-key belittle Demita over like shit that she don't know. Yeah.
Right.
Like, like correct her on grammar and shit like that.
Right.
Nigga, fuck you. Right. Like, I'm Demita.
Right.
And Demita was also like attracted to shiny things. Right. So like I don't think like she didn't change her interest that much. Right. She was into cars and bad boys, you know, and so but she had this softer side with art. Mm-hmm. But I think ultimately, like, they probably last until graduation.
Yeah.
And then
freshman year in college.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because Demita's not going to college.
Right.
Demita's the only one not going to college.
She's going to hair school.
Out of the crew.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
Cosmetologist.
Yeah, I'm going to hair school.
Yeah. Anything else?
Could there be a remake?
You know what? Here's the thing. I wouldn't call it class act.
Mm-hmm.
I would call it something different.
Leave it alone.
And just, but it's a very we've seen the Freaky Friday. We've seen the swapping of personalities. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with the situation where I need you to act like this kid. I need you to act like this kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And and navigate through these different worlds.
Yeah.
You think it's so easy? You live in my shoes for a week. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit.
It's impossible. It's impossible. And I wouldn't want them to do it again, nor would I want them to use the same name. It's impossible to get the right combination of things wrong and right in a movie for it to work. Right? Like, like Class Act is the perfect blend.
It's like
of mistake, poor
like
filmmaking,
bomb ass hood meal.
Yeah.
You got some candy yams from Thanksgiving that's still fire.
Uh-huh.
You got some ground beef that's in this thawed out.
Yeah.
Top ramen.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And 2 potatoes you can cut up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And mix it all up in the pan and just some fire.
Whoa,
This-
how did that happen?
Class act is top ramen.
Top
Right? Because
ramen.
it's like it's supposed to be bad. It's not supposed to work.
But it's fire.
But somehow it's fucking fire.
Yeah.
Like somehow it works. And then even if you're like looking at the ingredients in the pack and you're like, oh, all this shit'll kill me. Right? Which is still like, but I love it.
One in.
I love it.
Could you make spaghetti with top ramen?
Yes, you can.
Of course.
I'm thinking like this might be a bop right here. I ain't never done it before.
Yes, I have done.
You done it before?
Oh yes, sir.
The movie works.
It's spaghetti. It's black spaghetti. Like the noodles are kinky,
Right?
Because of the top ramen. It's not straight like spaghetti. So it's like
Yeah.
hood spaghetti.
Now let's get to the rankings.
All right.
All right, it's time to give Class Act. We're ranking Class Act on a scale of 1 to 5 fists. 5 fists, classic.
Okay.
Okay. 1 fist,
Trash.
black flop. Right.
Okay.
We haven't done a one fister.
Okay.
Right.
Right. Yes. Pause.
Okay.
We'll start with you.
Me.
How many fists do you give Class Act?
I give 3 fists.
3 fists?
Can I get that?
Is that your
What
3?
are we doing? This is
No, it's that. It's here. He's not even doing this.
What kind of
Boom, boom.
You going 3?
it's one of those movies like you don't bring it up, but it's somebody say, you seen Class Act? Oh yes,
Yeah.
like, I love that movie.
Yeah.
But it's not like you know what you gotta see? It ain't one of those movies.
He's right.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies like yes, I love Class Act.
Yeah,
If you want to
right.
watch it, we can watch it right now.
I feel like if you watched it in 92, yes,
Mm-hmm.
because you saw a kid in play. Did it age as well?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it aged as well because I see so many holes in the story, in the plot,
Mm-hmm.
in the acting now as a grown man than I did as a teenager watching it. I wasn't even a teenager. I was what's that?
Yeah, like,
I was
9 or 10.
I
Yeah.
was 11. No. I was 10.
Yeah.
No, I was 10. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I loved it back then.
Right.
I like it now. I
Yeah.
was entertained and I realized it's a fun film. You know, how does that look right now? Take Class Act and recast it and everything
Mm-hmm.
and do the exact same things.
Yeah.
Same type of car. Or at this point it'll be a lowrider or something like that. I think it's still entertaining because it's fun. It's fun, bro. It's equivalent to National Lampoons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Animal House.
Yeah.
Those movies aren't like, oh, these are a 5.
Yeah,
You might give it a 5 depending, but I give Class Act
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
a strong 3.
You give it a strong 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I fucking love this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this movie.
Let's go.
I love how fun it is. I love its mistakes. I love its absurdities.
Yeah.
It's just a good
It's fun,
warm
man.
bowl of top ramen. So
Yeah.
I go 4 black fists.
Yeah.
I go 4 black fists. It is not a classic.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because it ain't as good as a classic. But for me, what it gets right makes up for its flaws. It's a sturdy 4 for me.
Would you consider it better than any of the house parties?
No. And I gave House Party 5 black fists.
Okay.
And it's not as good as House Party.
Yeah.
It's not as good as House Party.
Right.
But it's better than Sunset Park. So, which I gave a 3, right? Or 2. I might even give Sunset Park a 2. Anyway, Class Act to me, 4 black fists.
Nice.
Okay.
I love it. Do yourself a favor. Like if you having some weather, like for all the fellas that are out there, ask your girl if she's seen the movie. And if she hasn't, like, throw that joint on.
Yeah.
Throw that joint on,
Yeah.
watch it.
Yes.
Y'all gonna laugh. Y'all gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that you can go from. There's no way that you'll turn it off. Like this shit is trash.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
it's never trash at any point.
It's never trash. Well, I mean, turn this crap off.
Yeah.
It's more like, what? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
fun,
It's Jimmy
man.
Swagger.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But
I'm
like,
about to call my homeboy immediately after this and say that to him.
it's Jimmy Swagger.
It's Colonel
Say
Sanders.
Colonel Sanders. That museum part is like,
Yeah.
But there was the booty sniff.
Yeah. The booty
That was
sniff,
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? That might have that saved
That saved the movie.
There's a lot of great quotes. in
Yeah.
that
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
A lot of great
Cherry
All the
else.
Blade Brown
5,000,
shit.
yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
hit on a woman, you be hitting on a bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's
of
my
great
favorite line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I be needing some air.
I be,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, it's
I said we fuck them up. Heads, we fuck them up. Tails, we fuck them up.
Let's talk about this. Those three dudes were afraid of this little ass kid.
Yeah, because of Blade Brown.
Even if Blade Brown was really Blade Brown that was there, he's 17. He's in kid.
You gotta believe that, like, Blade Brown
is scared of Blade Brown.
Listen, here's how I imagine it. And like, 1880s Wild West, motherfuckers was like, that's Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you had never seen him,
you know the name.
Somebody would be like, that's Billy the Kid.
You heard, you haven't never seen him, but you know what he has done before.
And you'd be like, that's fucking Billy the Kid?
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's what Blade Brown was to these fools.
Right.
Apparently, nobody's ever seen him, but they had all heard about him.
Yeah.
And they immediately flipped their shit up.
Right.
First of all, his name is Blade. Was that given from his mom? Or?
Michael Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Brown's
Michael Blade Brown.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so his name rang out. He's a legend.
Blade,
who went to college.
Man.
Yeah.
With his new girl, Ellen.
The future of like Blade Brown, he's probably like owns like Def Jam. Like he's like,
something like that, yeah.
He's
smooth. She smoothed him out.
Right.
And now he's just
a
fly ass dude.
All those street smarts.
Yeah.
But yeah. Class act. That's it.
Class act, man. That's it, man. Deon Lack, brother.
Yeah.
You will be back if you come. Pause.
Absolutely.
I would love to have you back here. Indeed. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
Pause again. Man.
Yeah.
This is dope.
Yeah.
It's a strong 3, a sturdy 3.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is not because it's not fun, because I was very much entertained, but breakdowns, like technical stuff, performance.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I will continue to watch it. Please go watch Class Act whenever you have the time and chance, y'all. I'm your host, Big Ja, along with my co-host,
Duncan Pinderhughes.
Yay.
Duncan Pinderhughes, and Mr. Deon Lack. Yes, sir.
That's Colonel Sanders.
That's Colonel Sanders.
So stupid.
Love life, man.
Because the first one was like, dude, focus. I thought it was like a slap of focus. We trying to kill somebody here.
Yeah.
He didn't slap him because they said
Jimmy Swagger.
Jimmy Swagger. That's funny. Shout out to Tommy Ford. Rest in peace, man.
Oh, man.
We out of here, man. Love life. Be good or be good at it. We out of here. Pew to the max. BlackBusters.